time this interview is out, Cowgirl song is going to be out. So congratulations on that release. How has that been kind of building up to that and having it out?
Um, well, it's exciting. It's how can I explain it? Working with Cheryl Ladd and everyone else that's involved, but Cheryl Ladd is like one of the original Charlie's Angels.
Mhm.
So working with her was really great and exciting all at the same time, because it's like, it's one of the Charlie's Angels. Um, but Tim Armstrong, the director, and Starler, the producer, they are both just great, just tops. I just emailed with Tim on Instagram yesterday, and he was like, "I can't wait to see you, because we're actually doing a premiere on the 19th in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Cast and crew and invited guests." And then the premiere, of course, is going to be a few days later on the 22nd. And yeah, it's different in the sense for me that I am a record producer in the film, and first time on film in a cowboy hat and cowboy western wear lifestyle, so to speak. I don't get to ride a horse or carry a gun or anything
Oh,
like that. But it's a family fun movie. So it's family, and exactly what it says. It's family and fun. There are some harrowing moments in there, but for the most part, it's so that small little girls and little boys can watch it, as well as grown men and women, and feel good about what they're seeing, and hopefully learn a little bit about family and what sacrifice is, as far as your commitment to family.
I mean, what was it that drew you to this movie? Because I know it is a very heartfelt and family-filled movie.
The audition.
Okay.
um, yeah, it was. I auditioned for it. I auditioned, and honestly, I really wasn't expecting a callback, because
Really?
well, um, it was written where the character was originally written. It was written either for Native American, African American, or some other nationality. It wasn't specific. It was just kind of like wide open. Uh, and so I figured after reading it and looking at the fact that my character originally also had a wife, uh, and I never get the girl.
Yeah.
In all the roles that I've ever done, I never get the girl. So I'm thinking like, okay, he has a wife. I probably won't get a call back for this because he has a wife. I never get the girl. But then it turned out I did get the call back, and
Yeah.
I did get offered the role. So, and then once I got there, and we started, playing, so to speak, as far as in front of the camera and doing dialogue and everything. I think I impressed my director, and he realized that he'd made the right choice as far as the character was concerned. Because one thing that happened on set was my last day of shooting, uh, and he knew it was my last. He didn't know it was my last day, but Starla did, and he says, "Okay, 2 days from now, we're going to be at the courthouse, and we're going to have everybody at the courthouse, so on and so forth." And I said, well, Mr. Armstrong, I said, I'm going to be leaving. I said, today's my last day. And he says, no, today's not your last day. It can't be his last day. Is his last day? And he's looking around and looking at Starlin. And she's like, yes, his last day. Oh, well, we need him in the courthouse. We have to have him there. So, so I ended up getting an extra day of shooting on the film due to uh, what the storyline called for. And I think the fact of my director really liked me, and I really liked him, and he was like, "No, we have to have him. He has to be there." So, I got an extra day of shooting out of that, and more time on the set with the rest of the cast, and it was, really, really great. It was good to be wanted.
Hmm. I mean, I don't blame you. It just shows that you're very talented.
Well,
But
thank you. Yeah.
talking more about you and your time on set, do you have a favorite memory?
Hmm. Yes, yes. I had to run it all through my head. Okay,
Okay.
there is a moment where I get to introduce uh Cheryl Ladd, because I'm the record producer and promoter, and at one time was her former agent as well. You know, it's a I wear many hats. So I get to announce her and her granddaughter uh, for the concert that they're about to do. So that was fun because they had all the extras there, and the cowboy hats and screaming and yelling, and the lights were going, and I come out and get the crowd hyped up and ready to hear this performance of this legendary country western singer and her rising star granddaughter as they're getting ready to perform together. So yeah.
But yes, as you were saying, you play Bob in this. What was that
Mhm.
like, kind of bringing him to life? Did you have any inspiration for how you portrayed him?
um Actually, I read the script several times before going, and it was the background that was for Bob. Like I said, was he was a former agent and promoter for Cheryl Ladd's character, and he was excited about bringing her back to the fold. Having her there. So I don't have any experience producing records. Uh, I have and do on occasion listen to country music. So he was a he was a guy that was just looking to do a favor, I think, for an old friend, because they parted ways as friends. She got married, so she went her way. The career was over with, and he had to continue to go on with his career. And now here comes the granddaughter, and he sees an opportunity. I mean, he's a hustler in a sense. He's a record producer. He sees an opportunity in the granddaughter. She can perform and ride on the coattails of, I used to have this superstar who was her grandmother, and now here comes her granddaughter, and I can use that to promote her and put her out there. Because there is a scene where he makes a deal with her after hearing her sing at the rodeo, and he makes an offer to her, about what he will do for her and what he won't do for her.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that is huge in itself, like working with all these people, especially like Timothy Armstrong. What was that like, joining this cast that is so big and so like talented?
Yes, yes, most definitely. Uh, uh, Tim was great. I mean, that's what I say. He was like he. One thing that happened the very first night I was shooting um, was I got there, I got on set, and got in the dressing room. They put me in the dressing room, and I walked around and was talking and trying to familiarize myself with who was whom, and had gone to the makeup trailer and gotten my makeup and everything, and was back just kind of sitting there. And then there's a knock on the door, and Starla, the producer, she comes and she says, "Hey, you have to learn this line dance because you're in the line dance tonight." I was like, "What?"
I mean, are you a dancer?
Well, yes, I fortunately I can dance, and fortunately I have uh, back in the day I used to break dance and make money on the side and like that. So so I've been able to always move my body, and then stage training and doing stage movement and dance on theater. So I got a little bit of rhythm, I could say.
Well, that's
And
good.
I've done some line dancing too.
Yeah. I mean, are you now a professional line dancer? Would you consider yourself that?
I could I can hang. I can hang. I can hang. I can hang. I just need the routine, however we're doing and what we're doing, and I can hang because, like I said, You know, when I was younger and growing up, my dad's favorite performer was James Brown.
Mhm.
So I used to try to imitate James Brown's moves to make my father laugh and smile and impress him. So those are not easy moves.
Mhm.
So I have a little bit of ability. So it was getting in on the line dance. They had practice, so Starla was trying to get me out to show me the routine, and she did. They got me out and they showed me the routine, and I caught on to it. But I was like, well, surely they're not going to have me up front in this line dance. So I just kind of got in the middle. I didn't get in the back, but I got in the middle because they just said, all right, everybody line up for line dance. And so I kind of got in the middle. And after a while, Tim comes strolling up. You always can tell who the director is. And Tim comes strolling up and he says, is this Marcus? And I said, yes, sir, I am. And he says, man, we're so glad to have you. He said, we're going to start you off with something really simple. We're going to line dance tonight. And, you know, it was kind of, yeah, right, that's going to be simple. But we had fun putting it together. And then I guess he didn't move me around at first, but then as we continued to shoot it and continued to shoot it, and he could see whatever it is he needed to see, he started inching me closer and closer to the front. And before long, I was up front and the camera was on me, you know, doing this line dance. So, you know, it was fun, a lot of fun to be able to get out there and show my country and Western style line dancing that's going to be forever in a film now. So I'm really happy about that. Yeah.
Yeah, now you've got that on record. But if you could describe this film in 3 words, what would they be?
uh, Family music fun.
Okay.
Yeah. The sense of family is very strong in it between the sisters. Their love for one another, you can see that they would go for each other no matter what. They would lay it out for each other no matter what. And then of course the grandmother, Cheryl Ladd's character, the grandmother, she's going to do for her grandchildren, you know, pretty much just like any other grandmother would, but she's going to go the extra mile. And like I said, there's love, you know, for Bob, for Cheryl Ladd. So he's going to go the extra mile for her as well. And then you have a father that was falsely incarcerated, and you know, the girls are there for him. You know, even if the wife is not quite as there for him in the beginning, but the daughters are there. You know, they don't give up on him whatsoever. And then Cheryl Ladd's character also has a love interest. Bill Jenkins plays that character, and I know Bill. Bill and I have worked together on stage before, and so Bill gets to play the love interest to Cheryl Ladd, and so there is something there. So you've got, you know, new love, you've got family love, you've got old friendship love, you got father-daughter love, you know, and then you throw in the Imaginables, the country and western band, which is there, or with Shane and Maggie, and you get family, you get music, and you get, you know, love and fun. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. My last question for you, do you
Mhm.
have any upcoming projects that you could hint at or talk about?
Yes. So I've been acting, and just like many of the other actors in the world, you know, you focus on different aspects of the acting world. So I consider myself an actor, but I have done years of theater,
Mhm.
and I've also done years now of voice acting. So some of your fans it might even be you, because I found out that quite a lot of ladies also play this game or have played variations of this game. So have you ever heard of the game Borderlands,
Yeah,
video game Borderlands?
yeah.
Okay, so if you play Borderlands or you know of Borderlands, there's a character in there called Brick, and I am the voice of Brick.
Okay.
Yes. So Brick has this turned into a whole franchise or series. So there's Borderlands 2, there's Borderlands 3, there's the pre-sequel, there's the Telltales from the Borderlands, there's Bunkers and Badasses, there's Tiny Tina's Wedding, there's Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep, and just on the 25th, a few days ago, um, there was the release of Tiny Tina's Wonderland. And Brick has been in each and every one of those games. And Brick continues to live. And so, it's been exciting because I went on with Major Attaway, who is, or was, I should say, was the genie on Broadway in Aladdin.
Mhm.
And he's also the voice of Clay in Borderlands 3. And he and I did theater back in Texas. So we know each other. And so now we've been brought back together in this video game. And so he plays online on Twitch. And then he had me come on Twitch to do somewhat of a podcast slash game playthrough on Tiny Tina's Wonderland, since it's just been released. And it was pretty exciting, because it's released worldwide. You know how video games are.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that happened. I'm also been doing anime voices for anime, and my character Bonham, which I just been recently released on the 27th, I believe, for One Piece. So if you know anything about anime and you know One Piece is probably the oldest one out there, and it's still going strong. And I have a con. I came from KC last month, so this next coming month, in fact, right when the release on the 22nd of a Cowgirl song, I'll be in St. Louis at anime and gamer con in St. Louis, a St. Louis con there. And then we don't have a definite date yet, but I also did my first lead in a film.
Okay.
It's called The Pope Drops In, and it is a comedy. It was shot on location in Cincinnati, Ohio, and Cleveland, and all the surrounding areas. And it was also a very, very enjoyable experience all the way around. It was a director that I worked with before, Billy McAdams Jr.
Mhm.
And as a matter of fact, I was working on Cowgirl song when Billy calls me and says, "Hey, brother, what you doing?" And I said, "I'm sleeping." And he says, "Hey, listen, I'm shooting this film in Cincinnati, and I need you. I need you. So this is what I need you to do. I've already sent you the script. Just go to your email and read the script. And there's a monologue. I need you to do the monologue. Put it on your phone and send it to me before 9 o'clock in the morning." I said, "Billy, got I got to shoot. I'm on a film set right now, Billy." He says, "Okay." He says, "Well, get it to me by 12. I'll get it to you by 9 because I'm gonna be on set by 12." So I memorized this script, this monologue in the script, and I had to work on the accent of a African that had become the Pope. So I had to do the accent and send in the tape. And once I sent in the tape, then the very next day, I got a phone call back from Billy saying that the producers just loved it and that they were ready for me to come to Cincinnati. And I still had another day left on on the Cowgirls. I was like, "Well, when do you need me to be there?" And he was like, "How about Wednesday?" I was like, "It's Monday. I'm still in Oklahoma. I don't know if that's gonna work. Let's see if we can't work this out." So eventually it worked all out. I ended up not leaving until that Sunday to go to Cincinnati. Spent 6 weeks in Cincinnati. So it's called The Pope Drops In, on Michael Megler, Mergler. Sorry, Mike. Mike Mergler is the producer on it, and Mike is a wonderful guy. I really like Mike. We have become very good friends. His grandson Landon. They just emailed me saying that they went to an Eagles concert in Cleveland, like, and his grandson is like 12. You know, he's going to an Eagles concert. Okay. So yeah, I play the Pope, the African Pope. It's a comedy. It was loads of fun. I worked with a lot of talented people in that cast as well. And I don't know. I don't know when I'm excited about it because it's gone to Memphis Film Festival and placed. It's going to Orlando, which I think Mike is going to send me to Orlando for that film festival. But then they're planning on releasing it in the summer,
Oh,
maybe through Metro Golden. I'm not sure. Maybe through Golden. I'm not quite sure, but he's planning on releasing it in the summer. So I get my first leading role and my first really big comedy. So I'm excited about that too. So yeah, so I've got a couple of irons in the fire. Um, you know,
yeah, you're definitely keeping busy, and I'll make sure to look out for all of those.
thank you. Yes, please do. Please do. Please do.
Yes, but it was so great talking to you. Thank you so much for doing this interview.
Thank you, Gracie. Thank you for having me. I greatly appreciate it.